In temperate regions, there's a wide variation in temperature and rainfall. So as a result, a number of different forest types can be found. The most extensive temperate zone forest is the deciduous broadleaf forest, dominated by broadleaf trees that lose their leaves in winter. These forests usually contain a varying mix of evergreen conifers, and thus are sometimes called mixed temperate forests. As you can see on the map, this forest type dominates much of Europe, the eastern United States, and eastern China. The deciduous broadleaf trees are commonly species of oaks, maples, beeches, hickories, and ashes, and they're interspersed with evergreen conifers of pine, hemlock, and cedar. Mixed temperate forests tend to occur in areas with rich, moist soils that are good for agriculture. In addition, many of the tree species are highly prized for timber. So about 40% of the original extent of temperate mixed forest worldwide has been cleared. In some areas, however, including the eastern U.S., mixed temperate forest cover has recovered on abandoned agricultural land and is expanding. Before we go on to explore other types of temperate forest, let's talk a bit about that quintessential adaptation of temperate broadleaf trees: deciduousness. Deciduousness, or falling of leaves, is an adaptation to a pause in the growing season caused by an unavailability of water and nutrients. The initiation of leaf drop, or abscission, is a complex physiological process signaled by decreasing day length in autumn and drought stress. The tree becomes unable to replace the green chlorophyll pigments necessary for photosynthesis that, during the growing season, it produces continuously. Chlorophyll content of the leaf degrades, and the yellow, orange, or brown carotenoid pigments that are also present in the leaf are revealed as the green color fades. Much of the valuable nitrogen present in the chlorophyll is resorbed by the plant. In the presence of cold temperatures, red anthocyanin pigments accumulate in the leaves, producing spectacular fall colors in the temperate zone. In areas that don't experience cold, like in the seasonal tropics, leaves do not tend to turn these brilliant colors before falling. Losing leaves helps plants avoid injury. As temperatures in spring warm up, evapotranspiration from leaves may begin prior to the ground completely thawing. This could result in cavitation, or an air bubble forming in the water-conducting xylem of the stem, which would injure or even kill the tree. Not having leaves until after the soil has thawed avoids this potential problem and allows deciduous trees to have larger water-conducting vessels to support faster growth in the summer. A disadvantage of being deciduous is that each year the plant must produce new leaves, which takes lots of water and nutrients to accomplish. Deciduous trees thus require more moist and fertile soils than evergreen trees like conifers. Most, but not all temperate forests are deciduous. As you go up in elevation, such as in the mountains of the western U.S. and the Himalayas, the forest transitions to a needle-leaf evergreen system. In the Rocky Mountains of the United States, dominant species include Douglas fir and Colorado spruce. Some of the largest trees in the world are the temperate conifers of the western U.S., specifically the coast redwood, Sequoia sempervirens, that reaches heights over 100 meters. Temperate conifer forests also occur in low-elevation areas on sandy or rocky soils, for example in the southeastern U.S., as well as in North Africa and parts of the Middle East. Although not shown on the map, there are small areas of evergreen coniferous forest in the temperate region of South America as well, populated by very unique conifer species. The araucarias, for example, found primarily in Chile and Argentina, are ancient relics from the Cretaceous era. Recall that because of their evergreen needle leaves, temperate conifers are well adapted to dry and infertile conditions. They require fewer nutrients than broadleaf trees. Thus, they dominate in warm, temperate areas with sandy or rocky, infertile soils that are prone to drought. The last type of temperate forest I want to mention is the broadleaf evergreen forest, sometimes known as temperate rainforest. As I've said, most broadleaf forests in the temperate zone are deciduous, but in small areas, broadleaf trees remain evergreen. This unusual forest type occurs where temperatures are moderated by proximity to oceans, so that winters are not as cold and there's a lot of rainfall. The warmer, wetter climate permits a year-round growing season, so trees do not have to lose their leaves. Some of the notable broadleaf trees that have evergreen species include beeches, alders, oaks, and eucalypts.